You had a big reputation, like you said, in the streets, right? What was that like leaving the streets and going into the music business?
It it fucked up my career. I would have been a bigger artist. Like I came out with Jay-Z. I had the mind of Jay-Z. You know, me and Jay-Z, we both had both our first singles had the Nas sample. You have a Desert President's Reverend Me and you know my shit, Moving on Your Week production. So we was on tour together, we was doing everything, but I think some days, like one time I was on tour and something happened in our neighborhood where somebody got robbed. I just left the tour and got on a plane and went home. So I don't think I put my all into the music because it never gave me the money that I expected, or I didn't want to challenge and get the money because I was comfortable in getting the money the way I'm getting it. So I feel like I just didn't give it my all while I didn't become the artist I'm supposed to be.
So you had one foot in and one foot out, basically.
Acid. You know, like I tell everybody, like, so giving 50% of anything ain't 100. So even if I'm doing two things, that's 50-50 and that equals 100, but I still ain't give 100 to one.
Did you ever feel that you fully transitioned out of the streets into the music business though? Like, was that like after the first album or?
Nah, I'm probably still here.
Okay. All right. But so Ghetto Millionaire comes out in 97, right? Take us through the
Uh-huh.
process of making the album because it's a new experience for you. I know Mike Geronimo was on like 3 songs, Nori was on 2 songs, and you had Ja Rule too.
Um, doing the album was dope. It felt like being in the streets when it was time for me to do my album. I felt like once I went in the studio, I'm not in the streets no more. I'm at Great Adventures. I'm at Walt Disney World. So it just felt good. You know, like it gave me a chance to get out the hood. So I loved it. So I went in the studio. I just, any artist I did a song with, I had to actually meet you first. I didn't just send nobody a song. Or any producer, we had to sit down first. I always wanted communication with any artist I worked with. So the album was excellent. I mean, I did it what in 3 months, knocked it out, and I said at that time when I was doing the album, I didn't want to be like the Wu Tang was out, Mobb Deep is out, Nori's out. Onyx is out. Everybody's grimy. I wanted to be that fly nigga with it. So that's why if you listen to my songs, I got songs about still came home with a shine. I got songs about family problems, about my father beating my mother. You know, like I wanted to just give you a movie, and I think that's what separated me from a lot of artists because I could have talked that street shit more than any of these niggas because I'm living it, but I gave you the opposite. And then at that time, the people I was getting money for was kind of listening to my music to make sure I ain't fuck the family up.
You had that background for sure.
Right.
Right.
So I had to monitor my man. My music was getting looked over before release, and not by the label.
How people say that, rappers exaggerate, you really weren't exaggerating because you really had the reputation for it.
Right. Because I could have went. I could have went bloody money. I could have went who I shot, stabbed. But like I said, it wasn't just the label looking over my music. It was the people that I was dealing with was making sure I don't do nothing to fuck the family up.
Mm. So you said making the album got you out of the streets, right? It was exciting because it was something new.
Oh, it was way exciting. I'm in the studio. I got women here. I got beer. I got liquor. I got drugs. Everybody looks at me as a superstar. Like that was something that I always wanted.
But you had the reputation already in the streets, right? People viewed you in they admired you to a certain extent, right? But this is to a different level now because you're like a
Yeah.
superstar.
But then it was some of the people that was kind of scared of me. Now that I'm doing music, they feel a little comfortable talking to me.
Oh, okay.
So you know what I mean. So it got people that's around me that probably wanted to do business or even chat with me, but they didn't know how to approach me. But being that I'm a rapper, now they felt more comfortable talking to me.